Testing 1, 2. Is it working? Is it working? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hey, everybody on TikTok. What's going on? I'm live streaming. Anybody got any questions about becoming a process server? I'm a process server. Let me turn this volume down. My mic is working. I'm actually live streaming on YouTube. So if you want to see my screen, click my bio, go to my YouTube channel, and you can actually watch it and you can see my computer screen because I'm going to be sharing some stuff on my computer as well. So hello, everybody. I'm your process server here to answer any questions anyone may have about becoming a process server. I'm in California. So I just sent out a big email blast also to everybody on my email list that has, wanted to become a process server, and I give away a free ebook on how to become a process server. So if you go to the link in my bio, and there is go to my bio, there's a link where you can get a copy of that book for free as well. So yes, you can. Let's see here. Any questions about becoming a process server? Anybody got any questions? Just post them in the chat. Just post them in the chat and I'll be able to answer any questions you may have. Just post them in the chat. I'll be able to answer anything that you may have. Any questions? Look at that, 239. Tap the screen, give me some likes. Yeah, thank you for those likes. Give me some likes, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Give me some likes. Basically what a process server is a person who, let's get some people, anybody in here watching? Okay, so basically what a process server does is we deliver legal papers. We deliver legal papers. So we get hired by attorneys, paralegals, government agencies, and people to serve legal papers on other folks. And some common things that I serve are small claims papers, divorce papers, restraining orders, child custody papers, subpoenas for business records, subpoenas to appear in court. These are some of the things that I have to serve. And, there's some rules about serving papers. And so, that's why you need to get some training or some mentorship. And so, I have a training course. If you click the link, if you're on TikTok, click that link in my bio, there's that training course up there. Or if you're on YouTube, in the description, there's a link for that training course also. And, in Facebook, there's a link for the training course on Facebook as well. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. So, becoming a process server, this is California. Now, other states have different rules. So if anybody is from another state, just put that in the comments and I'll see if I can quickly find the registration requirements or the licensing requirements for that specific state. But if you're in California, you have to register as a process server. And basically what registration is you have to go to your local county recorder's office and you fill out some paperwork, you pay a fee, you're gonna need to get a process server bond, and you're gonna need to get fingerprinted by, Department of Justice fingerprints. And as long as everything is clean on your record, what'll happen is it'll get sent back to the county and you'll be able to get your process server registration. So at that point, you're now a registered process server. So what you're going to want to do is go out, and find clients as a process server. There are some large companies that hire a lot of process servers because they get a lot of serves. And so they outsource a lot of those serves to other process servers. So if you're just getting into the business, that's a good way to go to get some experience. Now, they're not going to pay you nothing. You're going to be working for chump change, in my opinion, but it's a way to get your foot in the door. And also, I call it infiltration because you get to see who is being served multiple times. That's the keys. You want to find out who's being served multiple times, because we're going to talk about marketing and getting clients here in a little bit, but that's what you're doing is you're also figuring out how to fill out the paperwork. Because when you serve somebody, you have to fill out what's called a proof of service form. And depending on the form that you fill out or you serve will determine the type of proof of service form that gets served. So is anybody in here a process server? Do we have any process servers that are in the live right now? Any process servers? No comments. Let me check Facebook. Let's go on Facebook. Any process servers? Don't look like no comments on anything. Okay. So, nope. Miss Mary, what's going on? Hello. Bill Vance. Okay. So let me see here. Stephen, yes. Okay, Stephen's on YouTube. Stephen, where are you located? Which state are you in? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Give me those likes. Like the live. That helps other people learn about this business. Because as a process server, you are, in essence, you work for yourself. It's your business. And it's up to you to get the clients that you want to serve. Unless you get one of those jobs working for those large companies like ABC Legal. That company they're one of the large ones. You're in California, the county of Kings. Okay, was that Kings County? Kings County? Let's see here. I want to send this link out to somebody else here. Okay, now how are you getting your clients, Stephen, how are you getting your clients? I like to find out from other people so we can kind of network together to see how other people are, getting their clients. Okay, because I get 100% of my clients online. I get 100% of my clients online. They find one of my websites and will contact me to serve their documents. Oh, you barely got your bond. Okay. So everybody, we got a brand new process server who just got their bond. And now we need to get them some clients. So if you're just getting started, you got to get your presence online. You need to get your website. You need to get on LinkedIn. You need to get on TikTok. You need to get on Twitter. You need to get on Facebook. You need to get on YouTube, like this YouTube. You need to start creating content on being a process server in your area. And then one of the things that I do is I niche market. I find a location that gets a lot of serves, and I'll put stuff online about serving that location. That's what I'll do. And that's how I narrow down my marketing to specific locations. And that's with websites, because you got to get a website. So in the description on the YouTube or all the video descriptions, there's a link on there that'll help you set up your process server websites. Okay, your process server website. because that's how I get my clients. But your website's going to take 4 to 5 months before it's even picked up in Google searches. So like if somebody was to go search in Google process server North Highlands, California, you would want your website to show up in the top results. And then, because that's how people are going to find you. What I do is I will build a website. Like here's an example for a registered agent, CSC Lawyers Incorporating Service. That's the registered agent that I target. If you type CSC Lawyers Incorporating Service, because they get served every day, all day. That's all they do is accept service or process. And so what I do is I'll put my content on about that registered agent, and people will reach out to me to serve documents to that registered agent. But it takes a while before the Google juice, gets started, so you can get a lot of those clients. So until then, and Stephen, I don't know if you've done this, have you started visiting attorneys' offices? I call it door knocking. So you get your business cards, you get your brochures, and then you just, you get your phone book and you go find attorneys' offices and you go knock on the door and hand out your card to as many attorneys and paralegals that you can find. That's one way to do it. Another way you can do it is, and this is before COVID, I would go to the courthouse where documents were filed, and I would just go in the lobby, and then you can kind of tell who attorneys are, because they're, they got all the big stacks of files and they're all dressed nice. And I would go up and talk to, so you an attorney? Because most of them are going to tell you if they're an attorney or not. And I would hand them my card. Say, I'm a processor. If you need any work, you give me a call. And you would be amazed is they need process servers. And, you get calls, repeat, and then once you get, them hiring you once, they're going to kind of hire you more than once to do the work for them. That's one of the ways that, you can get your clients as a process server. Another one is by direct mail. So sending letters to attorneys and law firms that are in your geographic area. You could send postcards and letters to them and let them know that you're a process server and you serve documents to see, if they need any services. Another thing as well is you should be on LinkedIn. Get on LinkedIn, because with LinkedIn, you actually you can narrow down who you connect with based on their job title. And, you could narrow it down to paralegals, legal assistants, legal secretaries, because those are usually the people that are calling me from the law firm to serve the documents. It's usually not the attorney, because they're busy doing attorney stuff. It's the paralegal or their legal assistant that is reaching out to me to serve their documents. Okay, so on TikTok, we got 78 viewers here. Anybody a process server on TikTok? Any process servers on TikTok, or legal assistants or paralegals? Anybody in the legal field? And on YouTube, anybody here process? We still have process. You still here, Stephen? Any process servers here on YouTube? Yeah, make sure you follow me also, because I put out a lot of information. And if you're on TikTok, go to my bio, subscribe to that YouTube channel, because I can put more information on YouTube than I can on TikTok, because TikTok be saying those videos are violation of our guidelines and stuff. And so YouTube, okay, Steve is still here. Okay, great. Now, Steve, do you have your website up yet? You have your website up yet? Because I have multiple websites. Okay. And so share your website URL as a comment. Share your website URL as a comment. And actually what that does is it helps your website get ranking in Google, because the more you post your link to your website, the better off Google treats that. And you're a notary as well. Okay, in Kings County. Okay. So if I go to Kings County, if I type in Google Kings County process server, will your website show up? Let me try it. Okay, so Tia, you're a process server in Portland, Oregon area. Okay, great. Now, Tia, how are you finding clients? What are you doing to find your clients as a process server? Okay, so Steven said, no, I believe not. Okay, because what we're going to do is once I get a couple more comments, I'm going to actually share my screen and I'm going to show you how I can do some analysis on an area to see what it takes in order to get your websites to rank in that area. So we've got, was it Kings County, California is the first area. We've got Portland, Oregon. Okay, so TikTok, if you want to see this, if you're on TikTok, you want to see me do this analysis on helping these process servers market, find out what it takes in order to get their websites to rank, you need to click that picture of me up there, go to my bio and click on the YouTube. So go to the YouTube and watch it on YouTube, because I can't share the screen here on this one here. I can't share the screen on this one. So I can do it on YouTube. Okay, so you're bootstrapping. Okay. Okay, so that's that's one of the things you got to do when you first get started. Literally, when I first got started, I didn't have nothing, and I had to basically find the work. I was at the courthouse 4 or 5 hours a day, going through records to find people who was servant to that were needed clients. I mean, that were filing lawsuits, and calling them all on the phone and sending text messages and sending them letters to get them to see if they needed a process server. That's what I had to do. But until I figured out, hey, there's got to be an easier way. What if I spent that 4 or 5 hours a day working on my website and all this content? And then what happened is that's where the money started coming in, is by marketing, doing the marketing start before because that's more important than anything, is that marketing aspect of the business. Right. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen here in a minute. Let me get it all set up. And so if you're on TikTok, you want to watch it, you got to go to YouTube and watch it. Let's see here. Let's see here. Screen share. Okay, can you see my screen on YouTube? YouTube, can you see my screen? Let me switch back to it. Hey, William. What's going on? Okay, so I can see it. Can you see my screen? Okay, so I'm gonna switch back. It's an incognito. And so, okay, somebody that's looking for a process server in Kings County, California. So they'll go to Google and they'll type in Kings process server. Okay. So this thing is giving me my own link. This is one of my websites here, and this is a friend of mine's. I don't know why it's putting those out as the top 3. But then you have Kings, Cali, Hollister, or King City, Hollister process server. Your goal is to be in one of these listings. This is called the Google 3-pack. The Google 3-pack, because people are going to call these numbers first. Okay. And then this is the organic searches. So you got the recorder's office here. And then you have Yelp. And then you have process server 1. Then you have ABC Legal. Then you have Serve Now. And then you have process server training. That's my website. Okay. And so, but your key is you want to be listed in one of these positions. Okay. That's where you want to be listed. Okay. And so, you know, what does it take to get listed on that website? It takes, okay, let me go back to my screen here. Okay, what does it take to get listed on that website? On those top 3 is you need to have a Google My Business listing. Okay, you're going to need a Google My Business listing to be in that top 3. So what Google is going to require is your business name, business address, and business phone number. Okay, and so William May, who's on here on YouTube, he took my training course and I mentor him in the business, and he actually got his Google My Business listing up there. And so, William, have you got any business from that Google My Business listing? If you're still here, if you're on TikTok, if you want to watch this live, go to my bio and go to my YouTube channel. You can see my screen. See what I mean? So that's very important. So to get the Google My Business listings, you got to have a business name, business address. They won't do a PO box. Okay. So you're going to need a business address and then your business phone number. So if you work from home, like I work from home, but I'm not going to list my home address, you know, because I want something professional. So I actually use virtual addresses. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a link in the comments of the virtual address company that I use. I'm going to share a link with it. It's called Anytime Mailbox. And they have locations, you know, basically in every state, in almost every major city. And that's how I'm able to get some of my Google My Business listings, because through my virtual address. And it's $10 a month, $12 a month, something like that. And so there's a link, and I get, you know, if you click through that and you sign up, I'll get a couple dollars from it. But that's going to jail, y'all. Nick on TikTok is going to jail, and he's put his Cash App on here. Okay. But basically that Google My Business listing is the key, is getting, you know, to get those clients is getting that Google My Business on, so that it shows up. So not only do you want to list your business on Google, you want to list it in just about any location that you can, allows you to post your business name, business address, and business telephone number. So so basically, what are some of the other directory listings that are out there? Anybody know some directory listings that are out there that you can put your business on? Yep, Manta's one. Yep. Yelp, that's another one. Okay. Yes, those are correct. But there's a lot of them. There's lots of them. Yellow Pages is one. What's some more? Directory listings are powerful. How can you get into the National Association of Process Server? We'll talk about that. Bring that up once we get in a few minutes. But any kind of location that allows you to post that. So you have like national associations of process servers. They have requirements on what it takes to join them. So you just have to meet those minimum requirements, but that is a directory listing. That's a directory listing. ServeNow is a directory listing. I mean, those are directory listings. Now they have requirements on what it takes to join, but remember when I told you at the beginning, business name, business address, and business phone, make sure that you pick something and then you use that for all the directory listings, because that's one of the ways that you can get your website listing to show up in the Google 3-pack at the top. Okay, so because the more you're listed all over the place with your business name, business address, and business telephone number, Google's going to say, oh, well, this business is listed 500 times for this specific area. So, then that's how you can, they can put you higher up in those rankings. Okay, what are some of the other ones? And here's a little trick. You can go on Fiverr and you can get one of their vendors to create you 100, 150 directory listings for less than $100. That's one of the benefits, because, so you set up the main ones yourself, and then you get them to set it up, the rest of them for you. And that helps your, it helps everything, helps that Google juice. Okay, so on TikTok, we get over it 1958. He's trying to find his niche. This is Will from OC. Where have you been? I'm still trying to find my niche. And I'm going to be creating content about finding a niche. And it's probably going to be a course. I'm probably going to teach a course about how to find a niche as a process server, because I like niches. Niches are easy. Like California Department of Motor Vehicles, my niche. That's my niche. Any government agencies in Sacramento are niches. So there's once you find it, then you just market towards it. And then now you go serve those locations, and you're not serving people, you're serving businesses. Okay, so William Mays got CT Corporation as his niche in Glendale. And William, I got one. I had a client today that's emailed me some documents to go to CT Corp to serve E-Trade or something like that. So I'll be sending that lead down to you. Once I get it, I'll be sending it down to you. And that's another benefit. When you join my network and you take my training, if I get something that needs to be served in your area, you're going to get it. I'm going to subcontract it to you. You get those serves in your area. Because the hardest part is getting the client. And I do a lot of marketing, and I get a lot of leads from areas that I don't serve. Yeah, I get a lot of leads for areas that I don't serve. Okay, so Average Joe says, would you recommend Facebook Marketplace? What do you think I'm going to say, William? Or anybody, what do you think I say? Facebook Marketplace? Yes, as one of the many places that you market in. One of the many. Okay, you can't just limit it to just Facebook Marketplace, because you won't get anything. How many times are you posting on Facebook Marketplace? What are you putting in the text on Facebook Marketplace? Can you put a link to your website on Facebook Marketplace? Are you creating images that depict who you are and what you do that you can put on Facebook Marketplace? So yes, Facebook Marketplace, yes. But what I say is that's just one of the many. You got to have way more than just that, way more than just one. You got to have a lot of those going on. So, Average Joe, yes, I would recommend Facebook Marketplace because you could put links in Facebook Marketplace and have it linked back to your website. Because if you go on any of my Facebook posts, they got links pointing to my websites, pointing to my YouTube videos. The time of day that you're posting matter as well. Yes, it does. But here's the thing. Post all day. Literally post all day. And what I do is I document my day. That's how I kind of make a lot of posts is I document my day. So like I'll go serve documents at like CSC Lawyers here in Sacramento, which is my niche. And I'll film a video as I'm going up. Hey, this is Lance. I'm on my way to serve Meta, who used to be Facebook, at Corporation Service Company doing business as CSC Lawyer in Sacramento, who's their registered agent at this address. So if you need to serve these documents to them, click the link in the description. And I'll upload that video onto YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn. What's the other one? I'm missing some. YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. So I done uploaded it to that many places. So literally I've made 5 posts that quick. I made 5 posts that quick. You gone, Will? All right, I'll check with you tomorrow. Do I have an Average Joe is, do I have to have process server in my domain name? Somewhere in the domain name, you should, yes. And preferably the area as well. So preferably the area as well. So I would put Kings County process server, Kings County. .com, .net, any of those shortcuts. Yeah, I would put that in there as well, if that makes sense. Or I would put, if I had to shorten it down, and let's just say somebody else had that domain name already, or I would put, if somebody else had that domain name already, you might put like hyphens in between the Kings County process server. But that's one of the ways to do it. And then also when it comes to picking a business name, one of the things I do when I'm picking a business name, like for an area, I want that area, basically my business name, like Sacramento County process server or process server Sacramento County is my business name. So I go file a fictitious name for that name, then go get my Google My Business. So I get the address through that link I posted. I get my Google My Business. Okay. I get a phone number, and I've got a bunch of phone numbers because every time I create a website, I give it a different phone number. So every time I do a Google My Business listing, I get a different phone number. And I get that domain name, and I get the website built. I'll build I'll get all the local citations on Yelp, Manta, everything. Wherever I can post my listing on the domain name, I'll do it. Okay. Oh yeah, and also one of the things is not only is YouTube a location that I upload videos to, I upload them all to BitChute, Rumble, I think it's Vimeo. Venmo is the one that pays you, so Vimeo. So I also upload, and it's usually the same video to all those platforms. And in the description, the titles and the description are all talking about serving those areas. And then I put a link going to my website where you can order, service, or process. Yeah, so I'm going to show you what my website looks like for if people get redirected to. Share the screen. Okay, so basically this, if you're on TikTok, go to my YouTube channel, you can see the screen. So this is my website that you can order this is where I get a lot of orders of people. It has a little video where people can watch the video, and it basically says to fill the form out. And I have a form on here and a phone number, and this phone number, if they click that phone number from their cell phone, it's going to link them to dial the phone number out, or they can send a text. So I get people texting me all the time. So that's an important thing that you do too. I get 2 or 3 texts from people asking how much is it, what it's going to take, all that other stuff. And then we go through, the firm business name, their name, email, phone, referred by, because I give a referral fee if somebody refers me, and then it has my prices here. And then you can see case number, plaintiff, defendant, recipient. All of these fields here match the fields that go on my process server software that I use. So when I'm entering these into the software, I just copy and paste. And so when I'm out serving, it sends the client an email, lets them know, what I did. But it's pretty simple, nothing fancy. And then I just, I have, now these are buttons here are links, that point to other websites that I have and other things that I do. And so let me see here. What's the questions? Okay, once I'm licensed and bottom, what's the next step? I would say choose your business name and get your business address and get your business phone number, and then get your Google My Business listings and build yourself a website. Do you create a fictitious name for every area that you serve? I do not. I only get the fictitious name for the main area. The sub areas, I don't get fictitious names for. But here's the thing is that you'll have your county, and then you may have your city, and then you also may have neighborhoods that are within your service area. So what I do is I create a web page on my main website that for that specific neighborhood. So like Tia, what is a neighborhood in your area that you serve? What's a neighborhood? Not a city, but a neighborhood. Cedar Park. Okay. So I'm gonna show you something here. Copy. So we're gonna go. Share my screen real quick. So Cedar Park, Oregon process server. Okay, so you get, now this is a 3-pack. Oregon Process Server Inc., 360 Legal Support LLC, Barrister Support Services Inc. So neither one of these has Cedar Park Process Server as their business name. None of them do. But then you can see Cedar Park, Texas. So this is ServeNow and ABC Legal. These websites are very popular and have a lot of strength within Google. So that's why they always show up at the top of the page. If you're able to get listed in a directory, I would recommend you go in ServeNow. I'm listed in ServeNow. That's just what I do. ABC Legal is a large process serving firm. They don't pay nothing, but if you're trying to learn the business and get some business, you might want to sign up to work for them. But I call it infiltrating them, because basically I would just use them to figure out who they're serving and make a list of it and start building content around serving them. And then you got process servers in Beaverton, Oregon, in National Association of Professional Process Server. Okay, and then you got Williamson County. And so let me go over here and see, are those in your area? So you've worked for ABC for a bunch of time. Okay. Do you have to be a PI to be a process server? No, you don't. You don't have to be a PI to be a process server, but being a PI, basically you're exempt from registration. So you don't have to register if you're a private investigator. Okay, and so none of those areas are anything. Okay, so basically, what I would do is, I would put Cedar Park Process Server as one of the pages on my website. Or I would write an article, Cedar Park Process Server. Or I would make a video, Cedar Park Process Server. Let's see if any videos show up. Okay, that's ABC. See, there are no videos showing about Cedar Park Process Server. Let's see if let me try Sacramento Process, or let's try one of my neighborhoods, Rancho Cordova. Okay, so you have Rancho Cordova. This is one of my videos right here. Let's try Sacramento Process Server. This is one of my videos. He gave me a 5-star review. Does that face look familiar right there? Does that face look familiar? If you're on TikTok, go to my YouTube. You can watch what we're doing. Go to YouTube. It's in my bio. Go to YouTube. You can watch what we're doing. Okay. This is my competition. This is one of my videos. 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 So you see what happens when you put content out there constantly putting content out there. Let's see, any comments real quick? Exactly. And so literally, Tia, do you have a YouTube channel yet? Do you have a YouTube channel yet? Like when it comes to niche marketing, I pick a location that gets a lot of serves. So corporation or CSC Lawyers Incorporating service in Sacramento gets a lot of serves. So let's see if somebody, because lots of times somebody will do a Secretary of State search, find out who the registered agent is, and then they'll search that registered agent in Google to see where they are to get the document served. And so they'll type in CSC. CSC Lawyers Incorporating service. Okay, so they'll type that in, and what do you see? That's my face again. So that's my website. That's my website. Actually, let's get off the videos. Let's go to websites. Okay, so this is my website to go serve CSC lawyers. That's another one of my websites. That's another one of my websites. This is their website. That's CSC lawyers website. This is competition. And this is another one of my websites. But usually people are going to they're going to click on one of the top ones, and we'll click on it. And lo and behold, there's my website talking about, serving documents to that location. And it's got that form again. See that form? Nothing fancy. And that's a niche marketing. So that's one of the things I'm going to teach everybody is the niche marketing aspect of the business, because that's where you make the easy money. You don't have to lead. Literally, I don't have to go to nobody's house. I just, drop the documents off at a business location, and I'm good. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so what do you suggest if I want to conduct my process server business in a city that I don't live in? Okay. I'm going to share that link again with you so you can see it. And basically is you could get a virtual address if through that link, and that they might have in that specific city, and then you get your phone number for that location, and you get your business name for that location, and you do the exact same thing. And literally, and then but you're still going to have to build content. You're still going to have to put content online about serving that location on your website. And literally, and I've got several websites. So some people might get away with just one, but there's strength in numbers because your websites get to link to each other. And that helps with the link juice in Google's eyes to help your website, increase in its ranking. Yes. Any other questions? Anybody have anything that they would like me to make a video about? Teach them how to do certain things? Like Tia, do you serve any registered agents or hospitals or government agencies or anything like that? Sewer service? No, I don't do sewer service. Process serving. Yeah, and so I'm thinking about coming online, every couple of days or every day, and just if you're interested, you got questions about becoming a process server or marketing your process server business. If you're on a TikTok, make sure you go to the YouTube, because go to the YouTube, because that's how you can actually see the screens that I'm sharing. To help. Basically, my goal is to help as many people we can all network, network together, because sometimes I get work in areas I don't serve in, and I just find people in my network, which is on my Facebook groups or my Facebook pages, and send out the request, to those people. And then, if they have something that they in an area that they don't serve, they reach out to people within that group, and we share the workaround. And so that's what we do. So Tia says, I have before, but do not have a consistent source of business, only from private attorney services. Okay, Ron, can one get their PI license from working as a process server, or need to work under a PI as employer? California, you cannot get your private investigator experience as a process server. So you cannot get it as a process server as in California. You got to get it through some other means. And I got my experience because I was a police officer for 12, 13 years. Would bail bonds offices be a good resource for getting papers to serve? Well, it depends. Why would a bail bonds need to serve papers? Okay, so when I would visit the courthouse every day to see people that's filed small claims actions, there were bail bond companies that filed small claims actions against people. So you could, in theory, try to market towards bail bonds companies to serve their documents. Yes, you could. I didn't, because my thing is my focus was on individual people who were were suing somebody. I didn't have much luck going after like collection agencies or furniture rental companies or small auto dealerships who were suing people because my rates were too high. That was my thing. My rates were higher than everybody else's. And so I didn't really get much clients that way. I got my clients literally from people who filed a small claims action against someone. And I called them on the phone, a few hours after they filed it and says, hey, you have any questions about serving your small claims action against, this person? Because I'm a process server and I serve documents. And, I would get 2 or 3 a day doing that, but it was a lot of work because I'm literally at the courthouse for 3-4 hours going through all the records in order to get the clientele so I could get the list of clients that I could call. But as of COVID, you can't go in the courthouse anymore to do that. Yeah, you can pin a comment now, tap the pin, moderators can do this too. Okay. But yeah, because of COVID, you can't really go in the courthouse anymore to view the records on their computer screen. So if you have the ability to, in your county, to view new filings from home, and you can see the record, you can get the plaintiff's name, address, and phone number, and you can just call them. Now, I don't know about, unsolicited calls and all this stuff. It's not legal advice. Don't get in no trouble. But that's what I did. I would just call them on the phone. And I would text them. Now, don't do that because you can get in trouble texting people. Yeah, I would just call them on the phone. Any other questions about process serving? Or any pointers anybody has about getting licensed in their county? It's because in California, one of the things is people want to find out is, can they get registered as a process server if they had a felony conviction? And it's not legal advice, but if your record is expunged, yes, you can. If you pull up some process server applications for different various counties, that will be on there. It's like, was your record expunged, yada, yada, yada. So, that you can do it. In these changing times, do you see the need or business in process server growing? How many actions are filed in court every day? Just think about that. How many actions are filed in court? And how many courts are they filed? You've got civil court. You've got family law court. You've got probate court. You've got small claims court. You've got criminal court. And all those cases that are filed, somebody has to serve the documents on the opposing party. So county sheriff's offices most of them have what's called a civil division that people can hire the sheriff to go serve the documents. But they have a limited staff, limited resources that it's hard for them to keep up with the amount of work that needs to be done. So I don't see process serving the number of the ability to earn a good living, being an issue, because there's always going to be cases going to court, always. And the other party has to be notified. And the sheriff, they don't serve on the weekends or after 5 o'clock. So it's like, if the person you're trying to sue or serve has a 9-to-5 job, the sheriff isn't going to be able to get them. You need somebody that's able to go on the weekends or early morning or early afternoon. And that's where, hiring a process server and becoming a process server, going at different times, to get the job done. When starting out, how many hours on average am I looking at being in the field? Well, if you're talking about in the field serving people versus in the field trying to drum up new business, your main focus should be drumming up the business. So the majority of your time should be spent in the field, cold calling, cold knocking, working on your website, trying to network with attorneys, making videos, uploading those onto the different video channels. And here's the thing, even if you're not serving something, still make a video about serving it. I mean, literally just make a video. Hey, you need to serve documents to Wells Fargo as you're standing in front of a Wells Fargo bank. If Wells Fargo is in the area where you serve at, do something like that. Because I spend the majority of my time on the computer. I only spend about 20% of my time in the field serving people. But then I have a select type of serves that I do as well. I only serve registered agents because that's who I market to. Every now and then I'll get other kind of cases, but the majority of the stuff I do is registered agents. And so to answer your question, how many hours on average? How many hours can you spend going to attorneys' offices, passing out your card? Going to the courthouse in the lobby, looking for attorneys, passing out your card. That's how many hours that you need to spend doing it. It's really up to you. If you do it 1 hour a day, don't expect many results at all. But if you do it because that's how you want to make your living and you want to make, 4 or 5 serves a day, that might take you 2 hours to go do the serves. You got to spend 6 hours knocking on attorneys' doors to drum up that kind of business. Yeah, to drum up that kind of business. Now, I have a book that I wrote also on, what is it? How to find, registered agents. So in the video description, there's a link to the book that I showed you. If you wanted to niche market and serve registered agents, that's a great way to to get started doing that. And and then come on lives like this, because I'm gonna do these every night, probably, or every couple of nights. And then I can give you pointers or help you find those registered agents to serve, and then talk about what it would take in order to to market to serving those registered agents, because that's the easy part of the job. You ain't chasing nobody down, you ain't worried about no dogs. Okay, I'll put the link to the book. Yeah, give me a second. Let me go get the link to the book. Give me a minute. Let me get the link. Yeah, there's the link to the book. If you're, considering, serving registered agents. And basically what a registered agent is a location that accepts service or process on behalf of many businesses. So in example, like Facebook, if you were to serve Meta, if you wanted to serve some papers to Meta, which used to be Facebook, you have to serve their registered agent. And in California, it's Corporation and Service Company doing business as CSC Lawyers Incorporated Service. That's in my jurisdiction. That's where I go every day to serve documents. And I make content about serving those documents every day. So that's a registered agent location. Other locations that you may have that are basically similar is like government agencies. Like, how if somebody wanted to serve documents to your local police department, where do they go? Or they want to serve documents to the county because of they fell, the garbage truck ran their grass over and they want to sue them. Where do you serve those documents? So, that's part of the research is while you're out there, average Joe, trying to find, drum up work, do you have county agencies or city agencies, find out how to serve documents to them. Where does it go? What building does it go to? Because they're all this, because there's one location that accepts service or process for the whole county or the city, and you find it out and you build content around that. Now, registered agents aren't government agents. No, they're not. They're not government agents. Basically, what a registered agent is it's a person or an entity that accepts service or process on behalf of another LLC or corporation. Okay, so you're in LA County. Okay. So like LA County, like somebody wanted to serve documents to LA County, where would it go? Where would those documents be served? And once you find that out, then you create content about that. Then you create content online about serving those documents there. And then eventually people are going to start, they'll type into Google how to serve a subpoena or a lawsuit to LA County. And then your website will pop up. Or your video will pop up. Hey, this is Average Joe. I'm a process server and I'm on my way to go serve a small claims action to Los Angeles County. Their documents are served at their office headquarters at 123 9th Street in Los Angeles. So if you need to serve documents to LA County, there should be a link below this video. Click that link and that'll take you to my website where you can order service or process. I just made your video right there. Literally, that's your video. That's your video. But you have to find out where the documents get served at. Yeah, you'll have to figure that part out yourself. Like California state agencies, they all have a legal affairs division. Every department of Motor Vehicles, Secretary of State, Department of Healthcare Services, Contractor State License Board. How many departments? There's a bunch of them. They all have legal offices. So what I did is I went through all their websites and found those legal offices, and I basically create content around the ones that are in my area that I serve. And I get calls every day or so about serving documents to those offices. Now, there's always more work that I could do. But like literally the offices that I serve the most is California Department of Motor Vehicles. I go there every day, just about every day I go to Department of Motor Vehicles. But I have websites on serving documents there, a specific website that I built. Let me show you that website here. So let me go to the screen share. Okay, I did a Google search, how to serve California Department of Motor Vehicles. Okay, if you're on TikTok, click the link in my bio, go to my YouTube channel, you can watch what I'm doing. So you can learn something. Okay, so if somebody wants to serve documents DMV, they usually type something in similar to this, how to serve California Department of Motor Vehicles. And so you get the California DMV's website shows up, and then you get a website that says DMV subpoena and loss of serving process. Okay, so if you click that website and look at the domain name, DMV subpoena, those are keywords. We'll talk about that in future videos. Look at this. There's a web site, nothing fancy. That's a picture of the building. I took this picture, just took a picture of it and just made a couple videos about serving documents to them. Nothing fancy. Another form to serve documents to them. Nothing fancy. Now I make sure you put the address of what they are, what their address is on here as well. I got their complete address because people sometimes will type that into Google and you want that to pop up. And so that's why I go to DMV basically 3-4 times a week. I go to DMV because of that website. Yes. Because of that website. Now, is everybody subscribed to my channel? Has everybody subscribed to this YouTube channel? And TikTok, are you following me? And make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel. It's in my bio. Is everybody subscribing so you can be notified when I upload or I'm going to go live? Okay, Stephen, great. Thank you. Thank you. Because we're going to end this at 7 o'clock here, California. And I've got a bunch more videos. Average Joe. Yep. Okay, great. I got about 4 more videos that I filmed today that I'm going to, post on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. Because literally I had to go to Home Depot. I had to go to PetSmart. And I walked by Staples. And so all of those locations get sued, I know. So I'm going to make some content about serving documents to them. And then lo and behold, that's basically documenting my day. That's basically what I'm doing, is documenting my day. So is anybody here on TikTok? Anybody on TikTok here? On YouTube? TikTok. I've gotten clients from TikTok talking about process serving. I've made money from TikTok about process serving. So here's my link to TikTok. Okay, Raw, cool. That's perfect. Yeah, you'll purchase my course. Great. And then once you get done with that course, I'll help you kind of get started, marketing yourself as well. Yeah, kind of get started, help you market yourself, get set up. Yeah, so let's see here. Investor Goddess. I'm gonna befriend you, Investor Goddess. Let me copy that down. Put that on my notes. Okay, Tia, great, thank you. Thank you. This is it. This is my goal is to help as many people as I can, work for themselves. Because I haven't had a job since 2001, and process serving has been my staple, and it's pretty easy money for me. I'm only out there about an hour and a half a day actually doing serves, and majority of the time I'm online, making content and things like that. Yeah, but a majority of the time I'm online, making content because I make a I basically say I make a living from Google. because Google's what sends me the clients. Google's what sends me the clients. And so we're going to end this for now, but make sure if you're on TikTok, you follow me. Go to my YouTube. It's up there in that bio. And if you're, I shared it. It's up here. It's a process server. What is it? My TikTok is process server jobs. Copy. Here, I'll just give you just this part here. That's my TikTok. Yeah. But yeah, so everybody have a great evening, and I'll catch you on the next go around. Good night.